Well, after a number of days of reviewing videotape that we had collected during a neighborhood canvass, after reviewing those tapes again for several days, we were able to, first of all, see what we believe to have been Mollie running on one of the streets, one of the local streets. And from that, we then started to take a look at all of the vehicles that were also captured on video, and eventually identified the vehicle that was driven by Mr. Rivera.
How far along in the investigation did you get a hold of that surveillance video?
You know, that had been asked to me, rephrase that. That had been asked some time ago by a number of different media outlets, and I really don't know the exact day that we collected that video. I can tell you that we collected video all over the city, and so it took us a while to review all of those videotapes. And so I know that we had it for a few days, and I know that we reviewed it for several days, but the exact date in which we seized the video, I don't know.
Okay. Can you describe a little bit more in detail what you saw on that video? What kind of vehicle? Was it driving slowly down the street? What did you see on that surveillance video?
I can tell you that we saw Mollie running, and we also saw this black vehicle. It's a black Malibu, Chevy Malibu. And so there's some certain features and some distinct features, I guess I would say, to the vehicle, and that's why we were able to eventually locate it outside of town.
Were you able to see the license plate from the surveillance video?
No.
No. So can you explain a little bit more in detail about what led you specifically to this suspect?
Well, again, primarily the vehicle. We, again, had some rather distinct features to the vehicle that allowed us to basically search the area for it, and it just happened that we were able to locate the vehicle and then subsequently identify Mr. Rivera driving the vehicle, and that's ultimately what led us to interviewing him. When
you say distinct features, are you talking about like a bumper sticker or something on the car that was unusual? Just something on the car that was unusual. I don't think I want to go into detail what those things are or what was unusual, but just something that stood out to us as investigators, and from that we were able to basically search out the vehicle and find Mr. Rivera. Okay.
Are my hands showing? Do you want me to show my hands or not?
They're below.
Okay.
Approximately what time of day was the video taken? Was it taken during the day or at night?
It was taken, I think, 24/7, and so.
The shot of the Chevy Malibu, was that at nighttime or was that during the day?
Oh, well, I don't want to get into detail as to the time that it was captured, but I will tell you it was within our timeline that we had established, and therefore it was a little bit easier to try to locate and identify the vehicle, but we focused on what we believed to be our timeline. And so I don't want to, again, get into any of the details of our timeline, but it just reconfirmed our timeline.
Okay, but you can't say if she was running during the day or at night.
I can tell you it was in, hold on a second, let me try to remember what has been said in the past. I could say it was during the, let's just say it was the late afternoon hours of July 18th, 2018.